Hey y'all, I'm back with a video on going over how to live mobily. And this is tailored to anybody that's currently in that situation or going to be in that situation. And my main purpose for this is to ward off any anxiety that you are feeling right now and to just prepare you for this step in your life that God has presented to you. And so during the time that I had to live in my car, in which I went over in my last video, I touched up a little bit on what it was like, but I just wanted to go into slight detail real quick on how it affected me and how it has changed me today. I know I said a whole lot last time, but I just wanted to kind of refresh your memory a bit, or if you haven't watched it. I lived in my car for about 9 months, and it was an experience I'll never forget. There were ups and downs. The beginning of it, I had no idea what to do, but turning to YouTube, to people who, just like how this video is, giving advice and tips on how to do it really helped me. So since I lived in that experience, I want to give that to you. I know that this could be a difficult time if you don't really have a choice, if financially this was like the last resort type of situation, or even if you're trying to do it just to gain more financial freedom in a way. You know, this is definitely going to be a big chapter in your life, and you do need to be prepared and knowledgeable of what you're about to get into. And most importantly, this is going to be a time in your life that I know, unless you do, a lot of people don't want to be in this living situation. So being prepared can help you get to that next step quicker. Some things I'm going to point out in here that I did wish I learned or heard earlier, because it would have been a lot shorter than 9 months, but you know, God brought me here, and I'm so thankful for my situation to be able to give to you. Number 1, don't tell just anyone that you are living in your car. This is considered like you're living alone. You wouldn't tell nobody that. Please don't. As you know, your sister, please don't do that, because that jeopardizes your safety, especially when you do live in your car. It's a little bit different opposed to living in an apartment by yourself or a home by yourself or renting, whatever. You are a lot more vulnerable. You don't want nothing to happen to you. You don't want nobody to follow you, no stalker, nothing weird. Do not tell anybody you are living in your car. Keep this to yourself and close friends. Another thing I want to point out is when you are first starting to live in your car, I'm going to go over this, but when you pick out the areas that you're going to be sleeping in, or areas that you're going to be like hanging out in, you need to be more alert than you were before about what street names are around you. I know we use like Google Maps, Apple Maps, like day to day, but like you need to be hyper aware. It's a lot different now. This is a whole different ball game. You need to be aware of your surroundings, the street names, what businesses is over here on this street, over there on that street. You need to remember these things, and even make note of it too, like bookmark it in your like maps or whatever, or write a list of like, hey, this is where I stay at on this day. Give 3 people, not 1, not 2, 3 of the closest people that are to you in your life, your location at all times. And they do need to be near you. This is for safety reason. You are in a vehicle, anything can happen. Don't mean to scare you, but anything can happen. You do not need to tell no acquaintances, coworkers, people that are not close to you about what you doing, about where you at. So you are also going to need that circle, because living in your car, living mobily is not easy. Like, this is a whole new chapter of your life. You're going to need to talk to somebody about it, like a therapist even, just to be able to vent about it. Yeah, you need that fellowship, that circle. Number 2, do not show signs that you are living mobily. You always need to keep your front seats clean and empty. And that one, pretty basic, but a lot of people aren't aware of this. Even people who don't live in your car, I don't know what you're doing, having, your laptop out front, even books, whatever it is. This attracts people that are looking to break in, but this is also an easy sign to others that you are living mobily. You want to keep your car as clean as possible. Any of your personal belongings that you're going to go through, like your clothes, whatever it is, they all need to go in your trunk or somewhere stored discreetly in your back seat. Nothing needs to be in the front. That's literally the first thing that people look at when they're around you. You also need to establish that when you are living in your car, clearly you're going to have to get rid of a lot of things. You're going to have to get rid of a lot of clothes that you don't use every day, belongings, stuff like that. So when you do come to this point, you can consider a storage if you do have too many things, or even like somebody that could hold your stuff, like a family member. You're limited on space, so you gotta have essential things with you. That's the whole point of this lifestyle. For those who have no choice in this, get rid of stuff. What's really cool is you can sell things, save money like that. Keep up with hygiene. The lack of hygiene gives off mental health issues, whether it's this person has, home issues, whatever it is. And I understand that this is a whole different scenario where you don't have a bathroom easily accessible. Gyms are available to you every day. And you can shower every day. You can shower twice a day. I do that too. You can brush your teeth there. You can go there multiple times a day. I will go into the gym aspect because you don't just want one. That's a big one too. But yeah, there's no reason to not keep up with your hygiene, like brushing your teeth, brush your teeth twice a day, shower every day. Yeah, it doesn't need to give off like a homeless type vibe. You're still sheltered. You can still take care of yourself. And this is gonna bleed into your health or your mental health issues if you do have them already. You need to take care of yourself. I understand that this is a tough situation, but you are literally your rock right now. Like, you gotta lock in and take care of yourself. And I'm talking about my younger self too. When I went through this, like, I understand it's hard, but what are you gonna do? Have to take care of yourself. Do not open your trunk when there's lots of people around. Since you are gonna have all of your belongings in the back seat, trunk, whatever, I prefer the trunk because it looks like my car is clean all the time. Like, I have a little coupe, so I always just kept stuff in my trunk. Given my car has a really big trunk, which is nice, I would just prefer to keep a lot of stuff over there. Unless I need to reach back and get something, I would keep like small stuff, I don't know, like makeup, things like that are like nearby. That's what I would do. But everything needs to be in the trunk. You do not open this in the midday around a lot of people, because obviously they're gonna be like, one, this person travels a lot, because why do they have so much stuff in their trunk? I've had people come up to me because I made this mistake. I've had people come up to me like, hey, what's going on with that? Like, why do you have all your stuff back there? Like, are you moving? You are obviously, that is going to be your closet. That is going to be where all of your things are at. So what are you gonna do? You can wake up early or type of like dawn, 6 to 8 a.m. Go through your trunk. Not a lot of people are out at that time. If they are, they're going to work. There's not really a lot of people out, or really like not late at night, but at a reasonable time. You also want to go to areas that don't have cameras, kind of like residential type areas if you're gonna go through your stuff. Yeah, don't be doing that at a Target, at a gas station. You don't want that type of attention. Move sleeping areas often. You need to find, I would say, at least 5 safe places near you. They need to be by your job, because if you're in the situation, clearly you're struggling financially, so you want to buy your job, not spend too much on gas. Also, you want to buy your job, buy your gym. If your gym is not 24 hours, at least buy a Denny's or an IHOP in case you need to go to the bathroom at night, in the morning, whatever it is. Those 3 places, you need to be finding 5 areas around there. You need to rotate them. Do not sleep in the same spot over and over, because easy target. Big thing I really need everyone to take away from this is do not show signs. Exactly what I just said. Do not show signs that you're sleeping in your car, that you live in your car. So when you stay put in one spot, easy target. Just like I said, I know I'm kind of like going in a circle, but I really need you to get that message. You have to jump around. It's kind of annoying, but yeah, you need to protect yourself at all costs. Go around, all that. Keep your car, interior and exterior, clean and detailed as often as you can. When you do take care of your car, it shows signs that the owner of the vehicle is always alert, always, you know, in and out, like always using the vehicle. But not only are they always using the vehicle, but since it's clean on the outside, clean on the inside, looking empty, you know, people are aware that, oh, I'm not saying like that's something that's gonna happen, but you can ward off like thieves that are trying to break in. But you know, it also looks like, again, you don't live in your car, because usually in situations like this, people assume like, oh, they must not have any money, this and that, they wouldn't notice if I did, like, whatever the case is. Like, try to keep your car clean as possible. There are 24-hour self-cleaning stations where you can vacuum it. Since you're gonna be eating a lot in here, like literally I had all my meals in here, like after work. Since you're going to be eating a lot, you do not want bugs. You need to make sure that your floor is vacuumed. You need to make sure the outside looking good. You know, you could wash your own car for like $10 at the self wash, and that's good for like 2-3 weeks. So that's what I did until I started getting a detailer, which there are cool mobile detailers. I don't recommend that route because, again, don't want nobody to know that this is where you live. So you should be cleaning your car. Go to a gas station. They have the car cleaning stuff, whatever, right? Buy a camera. Easy, explainable. I have a camera in my car. If you get in an accident, if you feel like somebody's been weird and around your car, even when you sleep, like, or like early in the morning, late at night, whatever, you have that footage in case anything were to happen. You can send. What's cool with the cameras is you can like open an app on your phone, send this to like a loved one, like, hey, I feel kind of weird about this or whatever. Or if it gets extreme, send it to the police. You have your recording. It's just like think about it like one of those Nest things in front of someone's house. Like, you need this for your safety if you're gonna be living like this. So I'm clearly talking about this a lot. Wake up early. Just like how I said to go through your trunk, all that. This avoids people from knowing that you sleep in your car, because like I said, a lot of people, like I would be waking up at 5, 6, 7, around there. 7's kind of pushing it, but you don't want people to know, like, oh, I'm coming out of the back seat, like, wait a second, that car's been there all night. Have they been in there? Did they just get out of there? Like, you know, like, you don't want to seem like you've been sleeping in there all night, even though you have. Wake up early. This is also kind of preparing you to a better you, a better lifestyle, because take advantage of this time in your life. It is going to go by faster than you think. Trust me, faster than you think. And because it's going to go by real fast, be prepared. This is, you know, like, take advantage of this opportunity to become a better you. Wake up early, go to sleep earlier, all the things. If you are a girl, get rid of all your girly stuff. Another self-explanatory reason. I had a pink pillow. I had a pink, like, just little decorations, right? Girly stuff. You don't want to be known that it's a girl driver. I know that sounds kind of silly. I know that sounds like, dang, I can't even be out here living, but like, you got to be wise. That's what the Lord calls us to be, is wise. Do not consider yourself homeless. You are telling yourself that you don't have a home to go to, which is shifting you into such an ungrateful mindset, which is not going to help this process. I've been there, because when I was first starting this, I would like kind of vent in a way and be like, I can't believe I'm homeless. Like, what? Homeless? You're sheltered. I know this doesn't look ideal. Of course. Who wants to do that? It does. And I will tell you this, it does feel degrading. Like, one piece I want to share is like, I literally moved here off of sheer passion to want to be in this area of California. Like, everybody want to live in LA, yada yada. And I moved here 3-4 years ago. And I remember when this happened, I would look into God, right? And I was always telling him, like, why would you put me here? Why would you bring me to this point in my life just to have me live like this? Like, I remember asking him and being like, what did I do? Why do you need me at this low point? Why am I here? Like, you know, whatever. Just fighting with the Lord. But and now, when I look back at it, this was the best thing. I know it was crazy. I know it's bold. Trust me. But it was the best thing I could have ever done for myself. Your girl went up like 100 points on her credit score. All these lines of credit is paid off. I had like my savings built financially. Oh man, I'm not saying I would do it again. I'm just saying, like, it was such a blessing because I took the initiative to take advantage of the situation that I was in, okay, and use it wisely, because that's what the Lord calls us to do, okay? I understand it's a tough, and the thing too is, like, I could have given up. I could have went home. Like, I have parents. I could have went home. I have a family. But this was my dream. Like, I was not going to just give up just because I can't, just because I don't want to live with anybody and whatever, you know. No, I wasn't going to give up. Sorry. So, although I was mad, I was like, this sucks. I'm a little mad at you, Lord, but I'm going to trust you. And guess what? Guess what happens? Guess what happens when you trust the Lord? He always comes through, okay? So, do not consider yourself homeless. You are not homeless. Be blessed and grateful that, dang, I have a car. Do you know how many Americans, how many other people in other countries don't have that? What? What? Every morning I hop in this car, even before I was homeless, I always thank the Lord. Thank you for putting gas in here. Wait a second. Thank you for giving me the opportunity and the privilege to even have a vehicle. What? Like, yeah, no, you gotta, I know it's tough and hard situations, but you have to be grateful. You have to turn, like, this mindset, because that's what the devil wants. He wants you to sit and, like, you know, mope around and be like, dang, you know, this sucks. Like, why is my life like this? Like, why couldn't this happen? Why couldn't that happen? Like, trust me, I get it. Okay, I lived it. Trust me, I get it, okay? I lived it. And that applies for anything else in my life, too. So make the best of any tough situation that the Lord gives you. Please. Like, our time is so limited here. Another thing that kept me pushing was, man, when I get through this, literally, when I get through this, I can take this experience and bring it into my family. And how can I do that? Well, for me personally, I instilled a promise in myself when I went through it. I was like, because I struggled financially and I had to go through this, I am going to ensure that my kids will never have to do something like this. I will ensure financially, I will put money and invest it into their futures. Invest it even after they're 18. Like, I know that living as an adult in America, in California, hello, is not easy for anybody. Okay, so because of that, we need to take care of our family. We need to take care of our children. And so when I get the privilege to be a mother, I now have, like, this experience that, you know, not that I know things are going to happen. Life is going to happen to anybody, even if for my children, but if something were to happen, their mom will ensure that, I'm investing in them. I'm going to take care of them financially, And no, I don't wish that. I love how my life played out. There's a lot of times I always thought back, like, man, why couldn't I have this? Why couldn't I be taken care of in this way, that way, whatever? No, I wouldn't have learned. I wouldn't be here to relay this message. I had to be the person that went through this, and I'm so honored and blessed. We gotta be looking at things like that in our life, and trust me, it's easier said than done. All right, I went on a whole rant, but yeah, you just gotta be grateful. This is your recovery process. This is not, I know it might feel like your version of, like, this is the worst thing that could ever happen to me. And if it is, cool. All right, it's the worst thing that ever happened to you. Cool. Get out of it. Rise up. Make that a great experience that, like, yeah, God, I had this trial in my life, but when I put the Lord in it, and that's exactly how I came up. You want the secret? Yeah, that's how I came up. Is that when you bring the Lord into it and say, okay, I'm here. I'm in this situation, Father. Help me get forward. Help me get out of this. I don't like this situation, and I know it's going to require a lot of patience and time on my end. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do to get out of this? And, I started praying. I started asking the Lord, like, okay, what do I do to get out of this? Because it was tough on me. It was tough. Like, it's tough as a single woman in a situation like that. He gave me wisdom and showed me, like, okay, you're old enough now. Let me teach you how to fix yourself financially, how to depend on yourself financially, how to invest in yourself, take care of yourself. This was a huge turning point in my life because this is, like, literally, it's so funny, but an experience like that taught me self-respect. Like, wow, like something like finances, like, no, I don't need to be dumping my money here and there. Like, no, I don't need to be reckless. I need to be wise. The Lord is giving me the opportunity to have money. Let me be wise with it, right? Let me invest in myself. Let me save that money. Let me, whatever it is, like, whatever the Lord's calling you to do with it, like, you got to come to him. And so that's what I did. I surrendered. I was like, all right, what do you want me to do? And yeah, he gave me the tools. He gave me the insight. He was like, you got to go do this. You got to go do this. And now we're here. So glory to the Lord. Amen. In Jesus' name. I love my Father. All right. Where to sleep? I slept in a lot of suburb areas. Like, I'm talking big houses. I never slept anywhere that was any less than that. I'm talking Beverly Hills level status. Nice. Even if it's not like that, you need to be in any type of suburban area, please. There's no reason for you to be sleeping in a parking lot. That is something that you, absolutely not. Parking lots are known to be literal home grounds to people who are living mobily. You do not want to, like I just said, do not want to let nobody know that you live in your car, because there's a lot of things that could happen. You become a target because there's nobody that's staying overnight unless you work at whatever business that is that you're staying at. But please don't make yourself a target when you do not have to, when there's a million other places for you to sleep at. Oh my gosh. No. I made this mistake. And nothing happened. That's great. But looking back at it, I was like, girl, something could have. You could be at risk of getting a ticket. I don't know how that works. I think it's illegal to live in your car or, sleep in it. So, even if it's a 24-hour joint, please don't take that chance. You don't need to. Go sleep literally any suburban area near you. Trust me, there's got to be one. Yeah, like any type of nice looking area, houses, even they don't need to be like top-notch type stuff. Like, I'm just talking like not even gated communities. If you can get in one, that's cool, but I don't recommend it because they often need a parking permit. But there's so many like communities that aren't gated that are similar to gated ones that you can find. I'm sure you can find them. You got to look into it. Even if it is a little far away from your job, please sleep in safe areas. Another reason too is when you are sleeping in a parking lot, there's a possibility that your car can get hit, because businesses attract all types of people, even if it's 24 hours, like gym, whatever, all types of people. I understand that your car could be parked, but people get hit 24/7 when the car's parked too. And if you're sleeping in it, oh, God forbid what could happen to you. And I don't want that, so please, when you are in residential areas, it's normally like the same type of people. Yes, there could be anybody that's driving through it recklessly, whatever, but I recommend just, yeah, let's park in residential areas, okay? All right, getting into windows. So despite, you know, if it's hot or if you like, you know, the fan on at night, whatever the case is, do not leave your windows open. No, don't do that. The reason for that is strangers could break in easier if they're looking to get in, could unlock your car, whatever the case is. You can attract bugs like this. Some could say you could put one of those fence thingies where it's like on the window right here. I still don't recommend it if you want buggies, and if you, yeah, safety reason, you always got to be cautious. Even if it looks crazy, be cautious. You don't need to, then don't do it. Don't do it, and I'll tell you how to bypass that right now. Tint. You can't be driving around no fishbowl and expect to live in it. Like, I'm sorry. There are affordable tint places. Please understand. Do your homework. There are people that are small businesses that, you know, do tint. But you most definitely need, this is a safety concern, you definitely need to have the car tinted. I'm not talking like pitch black or nothing. As you can tell, my car's not crazy tinted, but you need a form of tint for privacy at night. Yeah, it's a big one. I mean, I even have louvers. Like, that's a window. That's a pretty big window too, but you can't see through it. It's really dark back here. Perfect, because I needed it when I slept because I was putting up covers right there, but now I don't have to, you know. It's also legal to get the sun strip. At least I think it is. Don't quote me, I'm not 100% sure. I think it's legal. You can't tint the front, but you can get that sun strip. So I got the sun strip. Those are like $50. Could be cheaper. Yeah, I think there was a place that was charging like $25. I didn't go there because it was kind of far, but you can get your front tinted, but you need tint. Now, since you're gonna be sleeping in the back, as you have a sun visor for your front, you're gonna need a sun visor for the back. And instead of, I was gonna show a picture, but I have it right here, so. Instead of this reflective part facing the back, you're gonna have that part. Because when you have the tint, it's just gonna look black. You don't want people to be like, why is that back there? Like, you don't want any attention that is unnecessary, trust me. So keep that black thing back there, cool. It would be pitch dark. Like, where I sleep at right now, like, I have more light than I had in here. It was dark up in here. So you gotta have that for the back. Now for the windows, there's so many, and this is for people who like go on long trips, you know, but there's curtains that cover this, because that's what you're gonna need. You're not gonna cover the front. The front has nothing to do with anything. You're gonna have a black, you can get a black blanket. That's what I did. I didn't have no money for no curtains, but you can do a car curtain that covers this back area. So it looks like, oh, cool in the front, and it's, I don't know why it's dark back there, but it's dark back there. Like, nobody's gonna assume nothing because you have that curtain that's covering you. And then you're gonna need covers for, I'm telling you, get some louvers. They're cute. They actually look kind of cool. I like mine. But get you either louvers or just another window shade. There's so many online. You got them on Shein, Amazon, whatever. Be unnoticeable. So you're never gonna want to sleep in your front seats. Like I'm telling you, the back seat. Sleeping in the front seat, not only are you easily, I don't know if that's a word, but not only are you easily like a target, just like with the throwing away all the girly stuff, you have to be smart, okay? You have to be smart, at least when you're living in it. Do whatever you want when you don't live in it. I still choose to keep it looking like a man drives this. I don't have, everything's black. Yeah, no, you gotta be as discreet as possible. Don't ever sleep in the front seats. Another thing, you're training your brain to think that it's okay to be sleepy right here in the front seat. Clearly you don't want to have that issue. You know what? When I first started sleeping in my car, I would sleep in the front seats because I didn't understand how to do it. So I would sleep in my driver's seat, and I struggle with this to this day. I get so easily sleepy when I drive. I don't know if it's because of that, because I only did it for such a small amount of time, but ever since then though, like, it's more like, I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, I don't do it, please. You're psychologically telling yourself it's okay to be sleepy in this seat. No. We gotta be alert at all times, so don't do that. Now for the front, like I said, everything, you just need that black sunshade in the back, that curtain. You do not need a sunshade in the front. That is an easy takeaway that somebody's living in their car. Because why is your sunshade up at night? That makes no sense. Don't have it up at night like the front one. You don't need to. I understand you want the car to be more dark. If you feel safe, eventually at these places that you're staying at, sure. I did do that. I'm not gonna lie, like when I started feeling more safe and I'm like, okay, this is cool where I'm at, I do want it darker in here, I would do it. I don't recommend it. I want if an officer drove by and he wanted to look through the front and everything checks out, that's what you want. You just want it to look cool in here. You want it to look like it's somebody's car, like nobody's up in here. Okay. I know I was talking about the windows down. You're probably like, what? It gets hot up in here. Yes, it does. Power. So I had a generator. It had a light in it, and it worked for a good amount of time. You could charge your phone there overnight. There's also like for campers, there's like portable fans that you could just plug in. Keep your fan running. You don't want nothing too loud. Again, you don't want to attract no type of attention, but there's also battery powered fans that you could keep in the back. There's even like little AC stuff. There's little ACs, little heaters, space heaters, stuff like that. Now this is all for people who like love camping. So like, yeah, you can even find this in stores too, because I mean, I'm sure living in the car, you're like, where am I gonna order stuff? Trust a friend. That's what I did. I trusted a really close friend and I had all my stuff delivered to her house, so you can do that. Now if it's cold for you, people are probably thinking like, what, isn't it freezing at night? Yes. Oh my gosh, I did not know how to do it when I first started. Eventually, you know what's funny is I wouldn't be able to sleep good because it was like freezing to a point where like if I had to sleep in here right now, 10 out of 10 sleep. Oh my gosh. If you know how to do something correctly, like, man, like, yeah, no. If you are prepared and you know how to do this, like, live this lifestyle, dude, I had the best sleep in here. The best sleep. I was going to work refreshed. Like, yeah, no. If you know what you're doing. So, there's a few options. You can get a heated blanket, because now you have a generator, right? You could plug in your heated blanket to your generator. Keeps you warm. Those things, though, generators, when it comes to heat, they don't last long, like, few hours, but it's something, right? So you can use it early in the morning. That's why I noticed it got cold the most. Yeah, you got your heated blanket, you got your weighted blanket. People also use sleeping bags, like when you're camping and it's super cold. It, like, I don't know what it does. I ain't never used no sleeping bag because I sleep crazy. I move a lot, so but there's that. Okay, so I have one of these. You put this on your steering wheel and it's a desk. Now I use this a lot for doing my makeup because I do have like powder and stuff, and so it would get on my seats, and my seats are black and that sucks. I would also eat on it. I still use it to this day. Oh my gosh, $5 at the dollar store. Perfect. Great for like working too, if you like work on your laptop, whatever. Yeah, it's great for all that. An electric mirror. I need to get a new phone because I have no storage on this, but one of these. It turns on too. Oh, you can't see because it's daytime, but you can kind of see. It helps a lot if you need some light up in here at night and don't want to turn on the car. Oh my gosh, lifesaver. Helps with your makeup, nighttime routine, all of that stuff. So I love it. I think it was $10 online, but a lot of people got that. You know, you're gonna need like little cubbies and stuff for the back to organize like where your pants are, your shirts are, this and that. You're gonna need little sectionals to keep yourself organized and grounded with where all your stuff is, easily accessible. So you're gonna need some of that. Food and water. You do not have access to a fridge. You are clearly in your car. But there is options for you. There are meal prep places, because I'm not about to recommend you to go eat out all the time. That's what I was doing for months. I didn't know how to do it. When you're doing something new for the first time, you're like uneducated. That's why it's good that you take these notes. You don't need to eat no Taco Bell or whatever. You don't need to eat no McDonald's every day. You do not need that. You do not need that up in your life. There are meal prep places. There's so many names. There's people that are small businesses that do it, that you can go to, support them. This helps save on eating out, because that could be a little bit more expensive, and it keeps you healthy. So yeah. And you can keep dry snacks in here. A lot of people do that, as long as it doesn't go bad, like chocolate that can melt easily, anything dry. There's like freeze-dried fruit packets. I remember I was putting in here at Walmart, from Walmart, Target, wherever. Those were good if I really was hungry and needed something. So yeah, keep in mind too, like during this time I was never really in here. I was working a lot. Like I would only be in here to sleep. So I recommend too, like if you don't have a job, looking for one, spend a lot of your time at Starbucks. Spend time in shelters. You do not need to be in here. You are also hurting the battery by just like keeping the car running and running and running. Like you, there's Starbucks you can hang out at during the day if you don't have a job to stay at. Libraries, so many places. No need to buy water. Gyms have free access to water. There's so many businesses that give you water. I know it's not like gallons or whatever, but it's free. You can get free water anywhere. Like there's food banks too. I want to add that. Yeah, do not spend money on water. That is one thing I'm telling you. Do not drink heavy liquids before bed, or even like, I would say 2 hours beforehand you could drink your last sip of water, because during the night you want to just be able to sleep and be up in the morning. You really just need to be mindful of when you're drinking water. You gotta like crush through it in the morning, afternoon, a little bit in the evening, and that's it. Do not bring that in over, you know, your nighttime area, because you don't want to have to use a bathroom at night. And trust me, I'm one of those people that will wake up in the middle of the night just to use a bathroom. You can avoid this. Try not to drink a lot. Now, gyms. You want at least 2 gym memberships, because in case one day your gym is closed, you still need a shower every day. You need to brush your teeth every day. All that. I would say I had Planet Fitness at the time, and I also had Shoes, both of which are not 24 hours, at least the ones I was going to, which is kind of good, because it kept me like on track of like, okay, I gotta sleep at this time, so I gotta make sure this, like my shower is done here, my workout's done here. It motivates you to work out. Trust me, it does, because you're gonna keep going in there. If you don't work out, you're gonna keep going in there. You're gonna see everyone work out. You're like, all right, let me just hop up on a treadmill, like 20 minutes, whatever. It's gonna be good for you. It's a good transition in this recovery process of your life. You need at least 2 gym memberships. Shouldn't be that expensive. If you really can't do both, just get the one. Try to make sure it's 24 hours. If not, that's fine too. You know, with those people, those close people that know about your situation, maybe they'll be able to lend you a hand here and there if you need a shower. All that. Also, you are going to need to start going to laundromats. Pick out a few, because there's some I rotate between. There's 2 that I was rotating between, but you don't want to always just put your stock into one thing in case it's not open. That's why, because yeah, there's times I wasn't able to shower because the gym's closed, and yeah, it's a whole thing. So you want to be able to be cautious of, you know, cautious of that. Now, financially, I know I spoke a lot about this, but again, just want to instill this in you. The steps that you need to take financially when you're in the situation is start your savings account. As little as $10, $15, $20, I don't care. Start it. You're going to need it, just in case if you ever need a backup fund for food, essentials. Pay off your debt during this time if you can. The whole point is we're in this situation, it sucks, let's get out of it as fast as possible. So clear out your debt, so you know, because when you do need an apartment in a new place, you need to have your credit straight. So make sure you're closing like just like fixing your credit is what I'm trying to say. Pay off stuff that is old, all that. And do not be spending your money unnecessarily. Be wise. The Lord calls us to be wise during this time. Money should be going to essentials. And at the same time, where are you gonna put all this stuff? Like, you're in a car, you don't have a lot of space. You gotta be smart, right? Being smart means you're just buying food, occasionally clothes if you need it, not a whole lot. Toiletry items, that's about it. You do not need to be spending heavy amounts of money. Now, the last thing I wanted to point out is you need to plan out what it looks like to get out of this, right? I was starting to do this towards the last few months of this process. Like, okay, what is it gonna look like when I get out of this situation? What do I want to do? Because when you plan it out, you are actively like working towards that. Trust me, you are. And so when I had a plan, I literally wrote it down. It's on my fridge. What is life gonna look like when I get my apartment? When I get out of my situation? And it looks like this. This is my way of investing in myself, but also spreading the gospel, because I'm preaching, my experiences with the Lord, how he got me out of it, just, bringing glory to the one who deserves it. So I am now a worker of the Lord, but I'm also investing in myself. So that was my plan for me. Whatever that looks like for you, whether if you have kids, whether you're married, to repair your relationships, whatever that looks like for you, do it. Do it, please. Map out what you want your life to look like. How am I going to get there? Be as detailed as possible. I even do this with my day-to-day right now. Okay, what am I going to do today? Like, I literally have an agenda of like what my day is going to look like, what it's going to consist of, because I'm big on like YouTube videos. I watch a lot of sermons, podcasts, so I like to take all of that in. I want to be able to have a schedule of like what to like learn about. There's a few other things I did put in on that little plan that I have, but create a plan for what life looks like outside of the situation, because you will get out of this. I don't care how long it takes you. It's not going to be the rest of your life. You need to have a plan when you're out of this. This is literally just got to think about it like it's a recovery time. Build yourself up. And that's what I did. I built myself up. You can too, but you have to listen to what I have to say. Now, I don't have a whole lot of storage left, and this is all I had to say. I know it was a lot of information, but I hope that you at least have some insight on how to live mobily, and be blessed and happy that God has put us through the trials, because when you start to look at it like it's a privilege, like, wow, I'm honored that the Lord thought I could go through this. And I can go through this, because you can get through anything when you have him. Trust me. The thing is you can't without him. Let me tell you, I don't know how people do it. I don't know how I used to do it. Like, if I don't have him in my life, I don't know what that looks like no more. He is in my everyday. I don't care how small. Like, Lord, I really need this $5 for this gas right now. I need this, like, whatever it sounds, however, like, little to you, is a smile on his face. Because, that's my son. That's my daughter coming to me, right? Go to him for everything. Pick up your Bible during this time. Don't ever forsake him. I don't care if you don't have a physical Bible. There's apps for that. Churches could donate Bibles too. Try to get into a church if you can. You need that fellowship. Whatever hard trial, including this, you do need a group of people around you. Do not shelter yourself. Do not let the enemy get to you. Because it will feel like, let me just give into this. Let me just give into that. Like I said too, I was struggling with alcohol during this time. Not cute. You gotta let the Lord do his thing with this plan, with this thing that he has right in front of you. All glory to him for this situation. I am blessed that I went through this. I'm honored that I went through this. Like, I can take this with me into my life, having this experience. I'm honored. Oh man, I'm honored. And I was able to see some cool places too. That's what I liked about it. Because ever since I started doing this, I got into traveling, and something I never really did that much. So now I'm big on it. Like, I'm about to go on a trip for my birthday coming up. So yeah, no, man, this was a great experience, and don't ever give up on it. Don't ever give up on yourself. And I always want you to try to bring the Lord into your life, no matter how ugly it looks. Trust me, you gotta bring him into it. I love my father, and I will be praying. I do pray for those. Trust me, when I sleep up in my bed, right now, I always reflect on how nice this is, how I've always wanted this, and now we're finally here. Because, like, I was always like, I can't wait till we get there, and I'm here. Trust me. It's kind of like working out when you're like, man, I can't wait till this workout's over. This sucks. Like, it's gonna end. It's gonna pass. Bad times come and they go, but yeah, you just gotta get through it. You just gotta get through it. But please, not just this video, look at a lot of other videos, a lot of other people's insights. That's what helped me. I learned how to get out of the situation through watching multiple YouTube videos. People who are like campers or like live in their camper or RV. Those are really cool people to learn about how to live like this. Man, there's like so many accounts that I follow. I can't even tell you one. For that kind of lifestyle, it helps because they talk a lot about how to, like, you're kind of downsizing on everything, so it teaches you that. Now, I'm somebody who came from a big apartment. Like, when I was living here with my ex, we had a really big apartment, and we had so much stuff. Oh my gosh, I had so many things. So I had to like learn about that, how to learn about how to do this and that, and how to downsize this, how to fold my clothes even to make more space. Like, there's so many cool things that you can learn online. There's books about it even. Like, be resourceful during this time. Like, we literally have phones. Miracle that the Lord made. So take advantage of it. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you take notes about this. And you're gonna get through it, trust me. All right, God bless.